Ladies and gentlemen, may I request everyone to remain seated, please? Everyone to kindly remain seated. We do have some spaces available right at the back of the auditorium. Yes, Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Are we all excited to be here? I definitely am. On behalf of AIG Hospitals, Hyderabad, a name synonymous with medical excellence, innovation, and compassion, it is my profound honor to welcome each and every one of you during this extraordinary moment. Today, our halls are graced not only by brilliance in healthcare, but by beauty with purpose. We are truly privileged to host the Miss World 2025 contestants here in the heart of Telangana, a state that celebrates culture, compassion, and care in equal measure. These young women embody the essence of beauty with a purpose, a philosophy that transcends mere appearance and delves into the heart of compassion, intelligence, and social responsibility. They are not just contestants, they are ambassadors of change, advocates of sustainability, and champions of cultural diversity. This is no ordinary visit. This is a confluence of purpose where the elegance and empathy of the Miss World platform meets the dedication and dynamism of India's leading healthcare institution. Joining us today are esteemed dignitaries, members of the government of Telangana, representatives from the media, and our very own AIG family. A heartfelt welcome to you all. Now it is with my great privilege to invite our visionary leader, a globally acclaimed medical personality, a pioneer in gastroenterology across the globe, and the heart and soul behind AIG Hospitals, Dr. D. Nageshwar Reddy sir, our chairman, to felicitate the Miss World contestants. One by one, we now invite our elegant guests, the Miss World contestants, to please join us on stage for this special moment of welcome and recognition. Your presence today symbolizes the power of empathy and the global mission of spreading hope and healing. We will also be presenting our contestants with the Bathukama, which represents the cultural diversity of Telangana. Additionally, we will present a painting done by the famous artist Vaikuntham Garu, whose art is renowned. Tota Vaikuntham Garu is a renowned Indian painter born in Baragupalli, Telangana. His artwork is characterized by vibrant depictions of rural Telangana life, particularly focusing on women adorned in traditional attire. Along with this, they will receive a silver medal of AIG Hospitals. May I now request Ms. Nuria Patricia de Assis Ferreira from Angola onto the stage, please. Karen Jansen from Belgium. Anna Adrovic from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Anicia Tobago Gauthusi from Botswana. Mary Princess Endun Izzy from Cameroon. Funige Fatoumata Coulibaly from Côte d'Ivoire. Estela del Carmen Nguema Mangwe from Equatorial Guinea. Hased Dereje Admasu from Ethiopia. Agatha Lukovic, France. Yuta Amapokua Ado from Ghana. Noemi Marine Mill from Guadeloupe. Jaime Juliana Escobedo from Guatemala. Kadiato San from Guinea. Zalika Mandisa Samuels from Guyana. Grace Nima from Kenya. Nadakusa from Lebanon. Syria Olivine Tamanyombe from Madagascar. From Malaysia. Martin Kutajar from Malta. Alicia Rumna from Mauritius. Selma Carlesia Kamania from Namibia. From Nigeria. Jennifer Johns from Northern Ireland. Maya Edithia Klaida from Poland. Valeria Nicole Perez Santiago from Puerto Rico. Mafama Regai from Senegal. Lasheve Alberta Kaiserine Davies from Sierra Leone. Zainab Abdikhani Jama from Somalia. Jansen van Rensburg from South Africa. South Sudan. Nathalie Yao Amuama from Togo. Lamis Radisi from Tunisia. Dr. Idil Bilgin from Turkey. Natasha Nyonyozi from Uganda. Millie May Adams from Wales. Maria from Zambia. Courtney Tariwanshe Jongwe from Zimbabwe. Thank you, sir. That was indeed a heartfelt gesture and a powerful message that care knows no boundaries. Now, may I request Dr. Christina onto the stage, please. A distinguished bureaucrat, a dynamic leader, championing healthcare for the people of Telangana. Sir, may I please request to be on the stage to felicitate Miss Dr. Christina. Yes. She will now speak to us on the state's transformative work in public health, cancer care, and women-centric healthcare initiatives.
Good morning, everyone. It's genuinely a pleasure to be here today at AIG Hospitals, interacting with such well-accomplished young delegates from the Miss World pageant. And I hear you're from over 40 countries, and we have with us doctors, medical professionals, nursing professionals, and it's really nice to come and interact with you today. You've all come from very far off places, representing your countries, your culture, your talents, and your vision. But more significantly, as beauties with a purpose, I'm so encouraged to see many of you prioritizing health as an area where you could make an impact. It's very important nowadays for you to have a clear mission, a clear vision, and to take up advocacy on areas which could impact society at large. Today we have also invited to join us around 100 government women healthcare professionals, and a lot of them are gynecologists and obstetricians, and they work with commitment to deliver quality, timely, and free of cost healthcare to women from urban and rural villages across Telangana. So we thought it would be an apt forum for you to meet each other, and maybe after this interaction, you could meet some of our dedicated women health force. Nobody can uplift women like women can. There is something unique in the way women bond with each other. We learn from shared experiences, and we learn from each other through mentorship and support. And quite often, women, as caregivers of families and communities, must prioritize our own health, not just for ourselves, but for the well-being of those who depend on us. Around the world, women don many roles, whether as mothers, daughters, healthcare workers, professionals, or leaders. Therefore, it is very critical to understand that women's health is not secondary, but foundational. When women prioritize our physical and mental well-being, we reinforce ourselves at our homes, workplaces, and society. Empowering women to take charge of our own health benefits entire communities. It means fewer preventable illnesses, it means stronger families, and it also means more resilient societies. Barriers to health, such as accessibility, affordability, equity, and even the liberty of choice, whatever limits our health, these are areas where we should collectively work. And in the Telangana government, we would like to urge not just our own government healthcare professionals, but we'd like to use these global platforms like Miss World and the vision and advocacy of each of the contestants here to work towards these goals. It means safe maternal care, it means reproductive health, it means education, protection against preventable diseases, and understanding that the global disease burden from non-communicable diseases like cancers, cancers of the breast, cancers of the cervix, are going to be our new challenges a decade from now. So today I'd like to take this opportunity to share some of the women health initiatives of the government of Telangana that we are working on, that we hope will help us achieve a better inclusive health profile for the women of our state. So where's the our presentation? So here we'll just make it a very brief presentation. Now in Telangana, advancing women's health in Telangana, we have got certain customized programs that we take up for women's health. And one of them is Arogya Mahila. It's an initiative of the government of Telangana towards inclusive and equitable healthcare. Women contribute around 49.7% of Telangana's population. And as we can see, there's a high burden of NCDs, especially among the middle-aged and older women. 55% of our women are in the age group of 16 to 49 years. Reproductive and hormonal issues are often underreported. As per the National Family Health Survey, some key statistics that we can see, we have got problems of anemia, we have got diabetes, most of our women also have got problems of hypertension, and we can see that there's a very small percentage of women that actually take time to focus on their health, and women who have undergone cervical cancer test as a result of health screening is just 3.3%. Oral cancer testing, 2.5%, and breast cancer testing was even lower at around 0.3%. Now these are the issues that have triggered us to take a deeper look as to what we can do as government and how we can improve these health initiatives. So Arogya Mahila was launched in 2023. Arogya in Hindi means health, in Telugu means health, and Mahila means a woman. So we're talking about healthy women. And this is a trusted care offered by women for women. It is an exclusive women's only clinic, and it focuses on early detection and preventive screening. There's a seamless flow of care as we see it. Now all the women of the state are covered, and this is there at 372 primary healthcare facilities across our state. And in this, it is tied up with 37 designated tertiary healthcare facilities. So our goal is that we reach out to all the women in our state, and we encourage them to come to these free clinics on every Tuesday, where they will interact with a woman professional, a healthcare professional, who will assess their health and help them if they are requiring further screening or referrals at one of our secondary or tertiary healthcare facilities. Now, as we can see, we focus on 8 core areas when we deal with women who come to the Arogya Mahila clinics. Cancer screening, in which we focus on both breast, oral, and cervical cancers. We take up diagnostic tests free of cost. We address micronutrient deficiencies. UTIs and pelvic inflammatory diseases are quite common. Menopausal management. Then we go and look into their complaints that might be indicative of polycystic ovarian disease, family planning, menstrual issues and infertility management, then STDs and weight management. Now, when we link our screenings to specialty care, we have seen so far that 19.5 lakh women have been screened so far through our Arogya Mahila clinics. And this is done at these clinics by our medical officers who are women. And this leads to either medication and lifestyle training counseling or referrals where they can go in for further investigations. Now, out of this 19 lakh women who have been screened, 3 lakh women have undergone investigations, and around 42,638 of them were referred to higher centers. And these normally are turning out to be cases where we have been able to help diagnose early stages of cancer. Now, when we look at the cancer care profile, oral cancer, cervical cancer, and breast cancer, these are the cases which have been examined from the footfalls that we get in our Arogya clinics. Around 14.86 lakh women were examined for oral cancer, 3.51 lakh women were examined for cervical cancer, and 14.49 lakh women were examined for breast cancers. And naturally, as we have planned in a referral mechanism, suspected patients or patients who have been found to have signs that are indicative of any of these non-communicable diseases have been referred to higher centers for treatment. I'd just like to underline here that to make healthcare more accessible, it is absolutely essential to make it local, to make it free of cost, and to make it something that is approachable for them. So it is very important that we have these which are free of cost, and that we ensure that they're women doctors, women nurses, and women staff, and the patients themselves are women, so they can be free, they can talk about their problems, and then they can feel free to come back, because as we all know, the comfort factor is much higher when they deal with women healthcare givers. Now, when we look at endocrinal and hormonal health, we have seen almost 5.6 lakh women. Thyroid disorders, 19.2 lakh women have been examined. And for PCOD, menstrual issues, around 2.7 lakh women are examined. And even for menopausal issues, 3.7 lakh women have been screened so far. The interventions that we afford are nutritional counseling, free medication, and lifestyle training programs, apart from referrals to the higher facilities, which are there in our government setup. We have got a robust infrastructure to support this kind of an initiative. We have got higher referral centers where we have the MNJ Cancer Hospital at Hyderabad, which is a regional cancer center in India. We have the Nizam's Institute of Medical Sciences, which offers advanced care. And we have our teaching hospitals. Recently, as a sustained initiative from the government of Telangana, we now have one medical college and one government teaching hospital in each of the districts of Telangana. So that has brought specialized services down to the level of the districts. And of course, we have these women-centric clinics, 372 of them, and we have the free ambulance services which can specifically transport them from the primary to secondary or tertiary referral facilities. So now the blueprint for our action is to scale up Arogya Mahila screening, because we feel this is something that is very much doable, and the footfalls have been very encouraging. The clinic expansion, we would like to increase it to cover all primary healthcare facilities by 2026. We would like to train our ASHA workers, who are an incredible presence in the villages, and they are very critical, and they make the critical difference between mobilizing women for screenings and ensuring that they have adequate follow-up. It is quite interesting to note that even after women have been screened and diagnosed, the follow-up treatment is often something that's a problem. We see it tapers down to almost 70% of cases where they often neglect follow-ups. And that is why the role of the ASHA workers, who are our grassroots level functionaries, are very important, because they need to mobilize women to have effective follow-ups. Awareness and prevention, data integration through a centralized cancer registry, and centers of excellence. Now, right now, we are in the process of setting up 10 regional cancer care centers in our state. And we hope all of this will augment and make the healthcare system a more equitable and more inclusive kind of a process that's available free of cost for the women in our state. The health infrastructure in Telangana is good. As you might have seen today, you have visited Dr. Nageshwar Reddy's hospital. You have seen that advanced healthcare is available. And we have 7 such JCI accredited hospitals. We also have 76 national accredited hospitals. And this is in the private sector, apart from which we have 49 government tertiary care hospitals and over 6,700 government healthcare facilities. Now, this entire bandwidth, both a combination of private healthcare and government healthcare, is all meant to build and to deliver quality healthcare through a wide and well-connected network of facilities. We have got highly skilled doctors, and you have met many of them today, I'm sure. We have state-of-the-art facilities. We have accredited hospitals that offer international standards, and it's very cost-effective to have treatments done here in Telangana. The average cost of quality health care in Telangana, as compared to the costs in the US or the EU, is almost 50% to 70% lower. So in this environment that we have of quality health care, of great, highly skilled, trained doctors, and affordable health care, we feel that Telangana is poised to play a very significant role in attracting medical value tourists to our state. These are some of the JCI accredited hospitals in Telangana, and due to paucity of time, I think today your sessions have been scheduled with AIG Hospital. And apart from this, we have also got health infrastructure.
different. And the reason we are different is we are genetically different. We do what I think some of you went to the genetic lab and saw that we have different type of genomes. Every one of us is different. So we have, you find there was a very famous Miss World contestant who won the Miss World contest and was asked, how do you keep fit? What do you eat and so on? And she said she eats type of diet like pancakes and all what you've been eating in the last few days, but made out of ingredients from the Mediterranean region. We have 400 recipes now in our website, and we of course did a small experiment where we took 40 doctors. 20 of them were given Indomed diet, 20 of them standard diet, all other activities normal. And after 1 month, we found that the doctors who took the Indomed diet were much healthier. They lost weight, they were more active, and when we looked at the bacteria in their stool, it was good bacteria. Whereas the doctors who took the standard diet remained constant. So just changing the diet can dramatically change your bacteria and can produce good results. So this is another important thing. So what are the dietary components that you should avoid, which is bad for you, which is bad bacteria promoting? They are all sugars and non-sugar sweeteners, very important. People say, I'm diabetic, I'll use a non-sugar sweetener. Wrong. Non-sugar sweetener is as bad as sugars. So that causes bad bacteria. All are processed foods. They contain coloring agents, preserving agents. They're all very bad. And of course, most important is toothpaste. I don't know how many of you actually look at your toothpaste when you brush your teeth in the morning. Anybody looks at the contents? No. So because this toothpaste can have what is called titanium oxide, which if it is in your toothpaste and you are swallowing some of the toothpaste, it produces bad bacteria. And this is very important, and you can see that there are of course these emulsifying agents and toothpaste. So when you go back now to your room, when you're brushing your teeth, look at your toothpaste content. If it contains titanium dioxide, don't use the toothpaste, change the brand, because this can cause bad bacteria, and especially in children this is becoming a problem because these children swallow the toothpaste. It's sweet, they swallow the toothpaste, so this is very important. The processed food now in India, unfortunately, processed food has gone into villages and so on, and every processed food produces bad bacteria. Antibiotics that we use causes problems, and of course another problem is that we are becoming too aseptic, cleaning hands. That's not good. Some amount of bacteria to keep going from our hand into our mouth, into the intestines. That is good for you. Don't overbe sterile, because stress can also have a bad. The reason why we're talking about this is that every single disease has been attributed to bad bacteria. In fact, you can see the list of diseases that can cause. So whole science of medicine is now looking at how to change the bacteria to make bad bacteria into good bacteria. And this is a lot of research in this area. And you can do it by diet, by fecal transplantation, by pre and probiotics and so on. There are a lot of ways. I don't want to go into the details. But we transfer healthy stool sample to a diseased person. The diseased person becomes healthy now. This can be done by a variety of ways. And now what is going to happen in future, and we're also working in this, people don't like stool samples to be transferred, and also what we do is we desiccate the stool into a powder, concentrate it with good bacteria, and these are given as capsules. They're actually called crapsules, so we give crapsules so that a lot of good health occurs because of that. And there are now stool banks where instead of doing a blood bank and storing, you can store stool banks where you can, somebody is having severe acute problem, you can take out a sample of good stool and give it, they become all right. In fact, in Hong Kong, there's an Asian stool bank there. It's a very famous Asian stool bank. So if you go to this stool bank, in the reception is a beautiful area with lot of toilets around. All the people around this area go to this stool bank and have their morning job done. And there are no more toilets in the houses here. The bank pays the person $50, Hong Kong dollars, for going there, and the bank sells the stool for $250. Everybody is win-win for everybody. For the person who goes, for the bank, for the patient, everybody. So this is a new bank that's coming up, stool banks. Remember this? This will be seeing more of them. So of course everybody wants to live long, and one important thing is lifespan, which average Indian lifespan is 73, Western countries 83. Lifespan is not equivalent to health span. On an average, all over the world, health span is 10 years less than lifespan. So if people are living 73 years lifespan, their health span is only 63 years. There's a difference. Our goal by using this science, microbial science, is to make health and lifespan same. And there's only 5 places in the world, I don't know if any of you come from this, where the health and lifespan are same, and most of the people are living up to 90 years, 100 years of age. These are called the blue zones. Loma Linda, United States, Costa Rica, Ikaria in Greece, Sardinia, and Okinawa in Japan. So people started thinking why these people are living. They do a lot of tests on them. Many tests were done. Why this group of people are particularly living? And they found, to surprise, that this group of people have a very separate microbiome. If you look at their microbiome, they are separate from the rest of the world. So this is a lesson we have learned, that this is there. So what we have learned now is that microbiome is becoming the most important organ in the body. It's not heart, it's not kidney, it's not brain. It is microbiome. That's the most important. Very early in life, you develop this microbiome, which can be changed to some extent with good health and so on, with good diet and so on. But you have to be aware of this. We are now actually testing. Again, you come to our research labs. In the research lab, we have a separate gut microbiome lab, which you're working with, in fact, a Nobel Prize winner, Barry Marshall. And there, the microbiome, we can check your microbiome and tell you how many good you have, how many bad you have, how you should change this. So this is now the targeted therapies that we are doing. And in future, no more antibiotics, no more drugs, no more. The treatments are going to be a combination of good diet with rationally designed synthetic microbes in capsules. This is going to be the future. Not long future, immediate future. Next 5 years is going to dramatically change. In fact, all these capsules are starting to make it. So if you want to look maybe fairer, if you want to look more, if you want to lose weight, all that you can do with manipulating the microbiome. So a few years back, no, actually the last year in January, I was asked to give a lecture in a World Congress on what is going to be the future of how we are going to look at people in gastroenterology. So I made this cartoon of a smart toilet. Now these are already, there are some toilets in Japan. If you pass urine in the toilet, you will immediately get a notice that this is the amount of sugar, this is the amount of blood sugar, today kindly check. So many diabetics use these Japanese toilets. But I thought we'll go further. We have a smart toilet where if you sit in the toilet, it will analyze your gut microbiome immediately. Small chip is in the toilet. It tells you what bacteria you have and all. It will also tell you what to do that day. Eat more fiber, exercise more, and so on. So I made this cartoon to give for this World Congress. And as I was entering into the hall, they already, in Hong Kong, they already have these toilets, intelligent toilets. So you can sit on the toilet. Of course, your stool gets analyzed in about 5 minutes time, and immediately it will tell you what problems you have and what you should do. So intelligent toilets are the future of medicine. So this I think, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to emphasize to you that we are in a new era, a watershed movement in human biology, where we know that we are not important, we are nothing. Human beings, human cells, human genes are a very small part of what constitutes humanity, and that is microbes. They form everything, and they are the ones who are controlling us completely. So I think, I'm not sure if God is omnipresent, but microbes are. So thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Namaste India. Riding on the protocols already observed, my name is Courtney Tadiwana Shijongwe, Miss World Zimbabwe 2025, and it's an absolute honor to stand before you today. Firstly, to say thank you so much for allowing us into your home, for allowing us into AIG Hospitals. I am a chemical and processing engineering student, so I work in pharmaceutical. And being toured around this hospital made me feel so inspired. I cannot wait to graduate at the end of this year. And I've always been receiving questions, especially from home, people asking me, how does pageantry and engineering work? How do you merge the two? But being here has inspired me. Coming from Africa, these technologies, we haven't seen them yet. It was my first time seeing everything, and as he was explaining about coagulation, the only coagulation I know is when you're coagulating waste material. So that, that's the only coagulation I know. But I didn't know that you could actually coagulate some, blood cells so that you can stop bleeding internally. And I learned a lot from today's experience. Thank you so much for widening our horizons so that we know that there are limitless possibilities to expanding who we are, not only as beauty pageants, but as leaders in this world that we are in. Thank you so much once again. Namaste.
Namaste, India. I am Joy Mojisola-Raimi from the Heartbeat of Africa, Nigeria. And I want to say a very big thank you to AIG Hospitals. You have done so well for us, and I'm so grateful. My project is about empowerment of women and children, specifically child education and women's health. And coming here today, I saw the AI tool the women could use to track their pregnancies and everything, and that was so lovely. And in Nigeria, we have a maternal mortality rate of 576 out of 100,000 live birth, and that is the 4th highest on earth. And I believe with this tool, if we take it down to Africa, to Nigeria, it will help a lot, because I don't believe childbirth should lead to death in any scenario, in any case. And I believe if this is taken to Nigeria, my country, it will help a lot. And I'm so grateful for everything. I learned a lot today, and seeing all the equipment and everything, I'm just so grateful for the experience. And I want to say thank you to Miss World Organization for bringing us here, giving us this lovely experience. Is very, very lovely. I love it. Thank you so much. From Nigeria, Nigeria is saying thank you. Nigeria is saying thank you. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Wallis Janssen van Rensburg, and I represent the Rainbow Nation of South Africa. And I want to start off with a quick story. I almost failed science and math, so to be here today was really enlightening for me. It was so well explained. Everything really made sense to me for once, and it's incredible to have seen how these technological advancements have progressed our society. And I think there's so many people that might be against this concept, that might not have seen or felt the impact, but I promise you, the moment you step foot into this institute, everything will become full circle, and you will see that when we invest in things that have the ability and capacity to progress the betterment of our world, that is what we should be taking care of and nurturing. So it has been a great honor and privilege to experience this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I've learned a great lot about the future of our world and where we want to be heading into. So thank you so much for sharing this with us. I'm thrilled and honored to take this back home to my country and tell my family about what I experienced today. I was this close to becoming a doctor mom. But thank you all once again, and I will definitely be back soon. Namaste.
Handariki Namaskaram. I am Noémie Milne. Thank you. I am Noémie Milne, Miss World Guadeloupe, and I am also a psychiatrist. I am the founder of an holistic preventing program that takes care of the inner work of people. I teach people to release negative memories from their past, from ancestors. But I have to admit that I was missing the genetic part. I was missing also the microbiome part. So I am extremely grateful for these interventions, for this trip, because now I can implement them in my program. And I think that maybe in the future, a collaboration with your hospital, so with my program, would benefit humanity. So thank you so much, and Dhanyavadalu.
Namaste. I am from Northern Ireland. I'm Hannah Johns. I'm also a renal nurse. I specialise in renal transplants. So this was an incredible opportunity to come here today. And at home, I'm an ambassador for Northern Ireland Kidney Research Fund. So within that, we're doing a lot of research regarding AI. So that's why I was so impressed to come here today and learn all the amazing things that you're doing in this hospital for AI and the future of our healthcare. So I'm very, very empowered. I can't wait to take all the information home and share with my country, and we can make the world a better place for healthcare. So thank you so, so much. And yeah, thank you. Namaste.
Namaskaram everyone, and Salam Sejatra, a very good afternoon. I just want to take this opportunity to thank AIG for having us. I think this was incredible for all the girls. We were fascinated by the advancement that technology has, and I think coming from a country, Malaysia, and really having a background of science, I'm a psychology graduate, and my mom is actually a nurse, and I have family members who are doctors as well. So being in a medical setting, I'm really happy to see the advancement that technology have, especially when it comes to health, because I believe that health is the one thing that we really have at the end of the day. And if we can have all the things in the world, and if our health is missing or is not good, then we don't have anything. And I'm sure you guys can agree on that. So I just want to thank for all the hard work that all the doctors have been doing here at AIG. I think it gives us hope, and I think we live for hope. And I'm going to bring this back definitely to Malaysia and share it so that we can also integrate some of the technology advancement. And a doctor has actually kindly told me that a lot of doctors from Malaysia actually came here and trained. So I kind of feel safe because they're trained at the best institution. And so thank you so much for doing what you have done. I know doctors don't receive so much of, they receive immense level of respect. However, not much of acknowledgement, it goes under. However, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all the things that you guys have done for us, for our continent, and for our world. Thank you.
Namaste, India. I am Faith Walia from Zambia, and I am a medical personnel by profession. I graduated last year. So to be here is an indeed honor and pleasure. I feel like I am standing before role models, and I am deeply grateful. The one thing I want to say to you today as AIG Hospital is you are an inspiration. You are so powerful. In as much as we define ourselves as beauty with a purpose, one thing you should know is you have added beauty to the medical field with a purpose because of how you define this hospital. You work so well to change the perspective. I have had my mind changed so beautifully in the way that you see medicine, because you try by all means to prevent the disease. And looking at where I come from home, I think this is a perspective we should carry, which is so powerful, to prevent it before it gets any further. So AIG, thank you for shifting our perspective when it comes to the medical field, and thank you for changing the narrative when it comes to medicine. We see greatness, and I believe in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll be talking about and having a different conversation, which will be nothing but greatness. Thank you, India.
Thank you, ladies, for gracing the stage, and we're truly honored. Now, as we close this formal segment, I would like to thank our dignitaries, doctors, and every team member who made this day possible. Thank you for making this vision a reality. Let's continue to build bridges between health and humanity. As we conclude, may I kindly request the Miss World contestants to make their way to the lunch area first. In accordance with the event's protocol, we thank you for your understanding and request our esteemed dignitaries to please follow shortly thereafter. The lunch will be served in the basement, floor number 1. Thank you and namaste.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
May I request the remaining guests to kindly remain seated until the contestants leave the hall. Thank you.